The illusion of change, a Machiavellian and Dantesque dissection of modern power. In the vast theater of American politics, the spectacle of opposition is often nothing more than the choreography of continuity. Donald Trump, for all his populist bravado and claims of anti-establishment warfare, finds himself entangled in the same web of power that ensnared his predecessors. Aside from the spectacle of extreme tariffs, blunt tools that punish consumers more than elites, Trump's policies align suspiciously well with the interests of the global financial aristocracy. While he may perform well in optics and rhetoric, the underlying system he operates within remains untouched, and the American taxpayer continues to drown under the weight of a $37 trillion national debt. From a Machiavellian standpoint, the prince must understand that power is not about virtue but about perception and control. Trump has mastered the art of appearing rebellious, of wielding the sword against the deep state, but in doing so, he distracts from his unwillingness, or inability, to sever ties with the true architects of economic decay. Sanctions and tariffs may win applause in the short term, but they do nothing to dismantle the financial mechanisms that enrich the few at the expense of the many. Real power lies not in sound bites or executive orders, but in breaking the backs of the invisible oligarchs who rule through finance. This brings us to the dark heart of the system, the Federal Reserve, a creature birthed not by democratic consensus, but by clandestine collaboration between America's most powerful banking dynasties. Contrary to popular belief, the Federal Reserve is not a government institution. It is a privately owned central bank whose benefactors include names etched into the architecture of Western finance. Rockefeller, J.P. Morgan, Rothschild, these are not just families. They are dynasties, cloaked in corporate legitimacy, but functioning with sovereign impunity. To view this landscape through a Dantesque lens is to descend into an inferno shaped not by lust or violence, but by the sin of betrayal, specifically, the betrayal of the public trust. Here, Trump and Biden are shades not in opposition, but conjoined within the same ring of hell, reserved for those who, under the guise of leadership, serve the very forces that devour the souls of nations. The Cabal, those faceless lords of debt and speculation, stand like Lucifer himself, frozen in the ice of absolute control, wings flapping not to escape, but to churn the cold air of despair. In Dante's Divine Comedy, the ultimate sin is not wrath or greed, it is treachery. And in today's world, the ultimate treachery lies in presenting servitude as sovereignty. Both Trump and Biden have presided over regimes where trillions are transferred upward, not through taxation alone, but through a rigged game of inflation, interest, and institutional deception. Their reigns are masks worn by the same ancient families who, behind closed doors, dictate monetary policy, engineer collapses, and reap global spoils. If Trump truly seeks redemption, his path is clear but perilous. He must not merely challenge policies, he must name the names, break the ties, dismantle the machinery. He must become a modern-day Brutus, not against a Caesar, but against the banking empire that has enthroned itself above nations. Yet such a break is unlikely. Machiavelli would counsel the prince to preserve power, not destroy the ladder that brought him there. And so we are left not with revolution, but with illusion, an infernal cycle where new actors recite old lines on the blood-stained stage of the Republic. In the end, the question is not whether Trump can win again. The question is whether anyone can truly lead while still kneeling before the altar of the Cabal.